Welcome to the Love Hub channel, where we discuss matters of the heart and give relationship advice to women. In today's episode, we are going to talk about how you can drive him wild long distance. Now, it's important to remember that maintaining a long distance relationship can be very challenging, but with effort and communication, it can still be enjoyable and fulfilling. Now remember, ladies, if you want your long distance relationship to be successful, you need to communicate regularly. Communication is key in any relationship, but it's even more important in a long distance relationship. So keep that in mind as we discuss the ways for you to drive him wild while maintaining a long distance relationship. And remember, ladies, the Love Hub is a judgment-free zone. We don't judge women here. We are your safe space. Now let's get to the topic. Number 1, before you even think about driving him wild long distance, you need to stay in touch. Remember when we mentioned communication? Regular communication is important to keep the relationship strong. Use video calls, phone calls, and messaging apps to stay connected and to show him that you care. One of the challenges of being in a long-distance relationship is the time difference, especially if the two of you are on 2 different continents. So if you want to spice up your relationship, you need to communicate regularly. You need to stay in touch despite the time difference. Figure out what your schedules are and then be willing to make sacrifices, because chances are one of you will have to stay up late so that you can catch the other person as he's logging on or as he's calling you. That's just how it is. Now remember, this is a partnership, so the sacrifices can't be made by just one person. You really need to put in the effort, both of you, to remain in contact and stay in touch. Number 2, be flirty. If you want to drive him wild long distance, you have to be flirty, even if it's just over text messaging or over the phone, video chats. You still have to do this. Flirting is a great way to keep the spark alive in a long distance relationship. Send him cute messages or photos. Let him know that you were thinking of him. When he sends you a selfie, let him know how handsome he is. Give him compliments. You can also play online games together. Online games like Words with Friends or Scrabble can be a fun and flirty way to connect with each other. And make sure that you share photos. Men are visual people, so send him photos of yourself throughout the day, a selfie or a photo of what you're wearing. Keep them tasteful but playful. You can also have virtual dates. This will be a perfect time to flirt with him. Have a virtual date night where you both order takeout from the same restaurant or watch a Netflix movie together while video chatting. Number 3, talk about your fantasies. Talk about your fantasies and desires with each other. This can be a fun and flirty way to keep the passion alive in a long-distance relationship. Remember, just because the two of you are not physically together doesn't mean that you can't keep the passion alive. Even though you weren't physically separated, you can still keep the passion alive by talking about your fantasies and desires and keeping the sexual tension high. Number 4, plan for the future. Talk about your plans for the future and how you can eventually be together. This will drive him wild and it will give him hope that you're finally going to be physically together. This will give you both something to look forward to, and it will help strengthen the relationship. Tell him to imagine all the wonderful things that you can do together. This will also keep the sexual tension high because his imagination will run wild. Number 5, if possible, plan a visit. Plan a visit to see each other in person. This will give you both something to look forward to and help strengthen your relationship. If you're not able to visit him and you're already doing the virtual dates, then let's try number 6. Send care packages. Send him a care package with his favorite snacks or a handwritten letter telling how much you love him and how much you miss him. You can also create a small scrapbook and fill it with your photos. Number 7, support each other. This is especially hard when you're in a long distance relationship. Sometimes you're just so tired or you're just so miserable and you just need a hug, but the person that you love is so far away from you. In these trying times, you need to be supportive of each other. You need to be there through all the ups and downs of life. Celebrate each other's successes and offer a listening ear during difficult times. For example, he just told you that he's had a difficult day at work and he really just needs someone to talk to. Video chat him. Show him your lovely smile, your beautiful eyes. I'm sure that will lift up his mood. And give him words of encouragement. When you're not physically together, it's important for you to still have that chemistry, that connection. That's what's going to make your long distance relationship successful. So be there for him in any way that you can. We understand how challenging long distance relationships are, but if you truly love each other, you will do everything in your power to stay together, to keep that passion alive. Remember, trust is essential in making your long distance relationship work. This is an essential component of any relationship, but it's especially important in a long distance relationship. Trust each other and avoid jealousy and insecurity, instead focusing on making each other happy, encouraging each other. Be hopeful for the future. Remember, maintaining a long distance relationship takes effort, patience, and trust. Be willing to put in the work and find what works best for you and your partner. With effort and communication, a long distance relationship can be just as fulfilling as a traditional relationship. When times get tough, don't let it destroy you. Don't let it get you down. If you feel that this relationship is worth saving and that this man is worth keeping, then do everything in your power to keep your chemistry alive. Flirt with him virtually. Go on virtual dates. Surprise him. Make him feel loved. It's important to do this when you're so far apart from each other. And remember, you don't have to do anything grand to keep the passion alive. Little things like sending him a letter or sending him a care package. These small gestures can make a big difference and show your partner that you are thinking of him. Being there to support him through all the troubling times in his life, even though you are thousands of miles away, will go a long way in keeping this relationship alive.